Update for yesterday, February the 24th. So, yesterday I had the day off, so guess what that means? I am coming to you now from Central Oregon. I drove down here yesterday afternoon and stayed the night here at the Super 8 Hotel, or motel rather, near the Redmond, Oregon airport. If you happened to see my video last week when I was also at a hotel in Redmond, I was there. At the Comfort Suites across the street. I was actually on the other side of the building, but if you see my little snow video, it looks out, you'll see the little snow-covered red roofs of those storage places over there. That's where I was. This week I'm on the other side of the street because, well, frankly, they were full, the regular rooms, and I didn't want to pay, like, double for a suite. So, I'm over here on this side of the street this time, and, not bad. A little bit cheaper than over there, but also, this is one of those situations, this particular room or hotel is one of those places that is kind of in need of a remodel. Nice enough, family staff, but definitely kind of in the midst of a remodel, or needs a remodel, rather. Case in point. But, yeah. Nice enough, it just needs a remodel. Little things like, I don't know, this. And, and let's see, there's the light. And that down there, but all in all, really though, I'm definitely not a travel blogger, although I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours about cruising and stuff like that, but, I'm definitely not a travel blogger, but, yeah, I'd definitely review this place as needs a remodel. Full room, by the way. Ring light not included. That being said, one kind of neat thing. You ever seen a microwave before that you can plug stuff into? That right there is actually what's powering that ring light that I'm using. Never seen anything quite like that before. But anyway, so that's where I am, and like I said, that's where I'm at last time. And I'll probably be coming down here again next week, and I'm not sure which of these I'm going to be at, but there's like 4 or 5 of these right around here, but anyway, that's where I am today. So, moving along to grab my little notes. Oh yes, also going along, so if I drove down here to Central Oregon, you know what that means I didn't do? Pull all that laundry I was talking about the other day. We'll get there. Alright, so now kind of moving into the more serious stuff, and I'm actually going to turn the light around to get rid of the ghastly backlighting of the window. Which I just aimed the camera at just for that dramatic little visual that I had there. But now going back onto this, going back over here, visiting Dad yesterday, which of course is the reason why I came down here. Dad is still in the assisted living place, and well, I'd love to say something like fantastic, like, all right, Dad was feeling super perky today, and it was the most energetic day ever, and yeah. It wasn't. So, last time that I was down here, Dad had the flu. And it sounds like there's a 10-day isolation period that comes along with that, and so that's what Dad had. That's what he had to deal with. And so basically, he's been stuck in his room by himself with like CNAs or nurses coming in and checking on him for 10 days. And, and having the flu in itself sucks, and isolation sucks. I actually ended up having to do a week of isolation when I worked on the cruise line at one point. It sucks. And I absolutely hate the fact that this is where we're at. But then, luckily he doesn't have a roommate. They actually moved him, and I'll put up a picture of his current room. Luckily it has a window, so that on the door, so that they can actually see, if he like falls out of bed or something, which again only happened once, and that happened the day the last day that I was here, like an hour after I left. But that got moved to another room, and it's a somewhat smaller room, and it doesn't have movies. Although I'm considering looking into getting like a Roku stick or something for him there, because what a couple of the other rooms have them. There's got to be a way to get that connected to the internet, so that we can have that functionality, which this new room currently doesn't. And I'm looking into figuring out how to get him. Dad, after he had a stroke, has about 20 movies that he just likes to watch over and 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 over again. And that being said, to facilitate him watching the same 20 movies over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I would like to get him something, because like I said, other rooms in this facility had them. I'm guessing previous residents brought them. This room doesn't, and so that's something I'm looking into. But anyway, the other thing that Dad's going through right now is what they call a UTI. All right, now, honestly, the next couple of minutes what I'm going to be talking about is kind of gross or ick. If that's not what you're into, move on, all right? But the continual issue, and this has been the issue every time that Dad has had to go to assisted living, all right? So not just this place, there's been like a couple of different places. UTIs. UTI means urinary tract infection, okay? So it's dealing with down there. So this is now like the fourth one since he's been there in this particular place when Mom went in for her first surgery attempt in November. And I'm sorry, the second surgery attempt in November. And it's happened now, this is the fourth time. And they're doing an investigation to see if they can figure out why this keeps happening. Now, I'm no doctor, okay? I make no claim of being a doctor or a medical professional in any way. That being said, the way the system works is that Dad needs help moving, okay? And that includes using the toilet. The answer to toilet is using a urinal, like a thing that almost looks like a gravy boat thing. And you kind of hold it up there and he goes. All right, that's how it works. And he has left side paralysis, and he's can't really move his right arm accurate enough to hold it there himself. So somebody's got to do it. Okay, that's just his current situation, and it's been his situation now for a couple of years. And basically, so if you need somebody to do that, you press the call button. And sometime between 2 minutes and 2 hours later, usually 15 to 20 minutes, well, actually close, probably about 10 minutes, give or take, but then he goes. Or then they come, but, can't always hold it. And so he has to wear this brief thing. Well, this brief thing means that all that stuff is sitting right there until they get around to changing it, which, having watched this, isn't always instantaneous. I'm no medical professional, but I have a inkling that might have something to do with this, and yet the process doesn't change. I guess that's what the book says they're supposed to do, but I'm no doctor, but I have to think that that's related. Anyway, I'm just about out of time. TikTok's going to cut me off of my recording here. So I'm going to be seeing Dad here today, then driving home to Vancouver, where I'll be talking to you for the next update. Thanks for joining me. Ciao for now.